Welcome, everyone. My name is Severin Garrett, and I'll be your host today. And I just want to say thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us live or to listen to the recording. We realize your time is so valuable, and we're just grateful that you're taking a few minutes to learn more. We are going to be looking at what it would look like if you locked arms with the person who invited you to be live with us today or listen to the recording. And we'll be sharing how one simple change can make a world of difference, both in your health and in your impact. So let's jump in. There's many reasons that people are saying yes to a side hustle these days. And, the primary one is inflation. How many of you have been to the grocery store recently and seen that? I think I'm estimating about a 40% increase in my food prices. It might be 30, but it's high. And so I've got food issues or food cost increasing. I believe that it's also affecting our gas prices, our clothing. So pretty much across the board, inflation is tough. So many of the people that lock arms with us just need more money. They have maybe a job that they like, but they're not getting enough income to support their lifestyle. And what I mean by that is maybe they want to travel more. My husband and I love to travel, but it's getting expensive to travel. Maybe they want to provide for some extracurricular activities for their family. I have moms that want their kids to be able to be in ballet and to also, do cheerleading. And so maybe they just need some extra money for those things. The other thing, as you notice in this list, is that some people are really just not that happy with their job. And so they're looking for something else that will be more fulfilling to them personally and maybe having more of an impact. And the final one on this slide that I love because it relates to me is that you have freedom of choice. You have the freedom to work when you want to and where you want to. And right now I'm taking care of my mother who's in Tennessee, so I can go visit her, take care of an aging parent, and I can still work. And also, my husband and I do travel quite a bit, so I can work if we're traveling. So all I need is a phone or a laptop, and I love that I have that freedom, time freedom and choice freedom to work where I want to and to impact more people. Freedom of choice for me was all about impact. And there's kind of a movement going on right now. It's interesting, and it's all about people waking up and taking inventory. Do I like my job? Do I like my life? Is the sacrifice worth it? So, there are many people that are saying they want to travel more. They want to spend more time with their family and not so much time commuting back and forth to work and being in the office. And this new movement is really called the Great Resignation. And so people are realizing that a traditional job, job, may not be the best thing for them in this season of life that they are in. So things are changing. I'm going to ask Whitney to fill in a few gaps on the freelance economy.
Thank you, Severin. So, as Severin's talking, you guys know and can probably relate to the fact that we are changing as a society and our economy is beginning to explode with people wanting to do things on their own with a little bit of some entrepreneur mindset, but also people just wanting that flexibility. And you can see the statistics, and I was thinking, there's a lot of people, especially in my age group. I barely make the millennial age group, but people just in that season of life with busy kids and families needing an extra stream of income, or even wanting a full-time income, but needing that flexibility for their lifestyle. And so we're seeing a rise in our generation. Now, that doesn't just mean it's the millennials, because of course we have a lot of younger people coming out of college wanting that freedom. And then we have people, who maybe they're finishing out their career, but they are wanting that supplemental income. They're planning for retirement and all of that. So it is just an opportunity that we have to bridge that gap financially, or to create that stability that we need. And especially over the last 10 years, we're just seeing this shift of people looking for what we have to offer. So we know that this is not going anywhere. This freelance economy, this flexible schedule is here to stay. Especially the last few years, a lot of people are looking to work remotely, and they want that time freedom. They want those options. Whether you're a mom like I am, you want to be home with your kids. A lot of the millennials and this generation that's coming out of college, they want their independence, to be able to do the things that they love, they enjoy. But that even goes for the age group in the 50s and 60s. They want to be able to travel, like Severin said, and be able to have the option to do those things. And we know right now, I mean, your grocery bill, everything is so inflated right now. And so this is just an amazing opportunity to bring in that income to help your budget and help your finances. And I love our unique business model. This is what drew me to the Juice Plus company, was knowing that it was on my time, it worked for my schedule, and I could build my business however I wanted to. So I can do it in my stolen moments throughout the busy day with 4 kids. I also love the fact that I am responsible for, and I get to talk to people, but that our company does everything else. So they're doing all the billing and all the shipping, and I just get to be my own boss, connect with other people, inspire healthy living, and that I just get to share what I'm so passionate about and create the business and the lifestyle that I want to create.
Thank you, Whitney. We've talked to you about a couple things. There's some buzzwords happening, side hustle, freelance economy. But bottom line, we're talking about creating an additional income for your family or for yourself that can make an impact. And the impact can look different for each of us. So we're going to move into a conversation that is, what would it look like if you became an affiliate with a global plant food company? We're going to talk a little bit about the problems we solve and the value we bring. The company is Juice Plus. I think all of you know that. And they have some incredible products. But I like the fact that they're not just providing a product, but they're making an impact in families, both in their health, also in their finances. So, we've seen a couple things happen over the last, 10 or 20 years. First of all, we'll just talk about the US for now. We have so many more occurrences of disease happening, and this is starting younger and younger. So how many of us know someone with cancer and who's fighting that? How many of us know someone with diabetes? How many of us know a child below the age of 10 having to take a pharmaceutical drug every day? I mean, that is just horrible. And so because of the unhealthy nature of our country, we've kind of been discerning or researching, why is that happening? And as a health coach, I love doing the research. And the research is pretty clear. First of all, the nutritional value of the food we're buying in our grocery stores is decreasing. It's going down. And that means most often our food is coming from California, and it's picked way before or harvested way before it's ripened. So the nutritional value is going down every day as it's, being trucked across our country. But even if you're buying locally, we have the occurrence of pesticides and herbicides and all the things that happen so that our food looks pretty on the shelf. So the nutritional value of our food is clearly declining. The second challenge or opportunity is that the toxins in our environment is increasing. So the products we put on our skin, the products that we breathe in because of the pollution, and even the products we clean our homes with, that's just all increasing. And there's a direct correlation between toxins and inflammatory products in the body. So that's the bad news. The good news is we can do some things about it. And here's a great visual of what we can do to be healthier. First of all, we all know we need a little exercise each day. We know sleep is important. I've been reading more and more about it, and sleep, I always just kind of took that for granted because I have to confess, I am a great sleeper. My husband says I can sleep standing up. That's how good a sleeper I am. But what is happening when we sleep is the body's restoring and healing itself. So we really need that sleep. And more people are having trouble sleeping just due to stress. That's our next one. Managing stress is really difficult. And if you want information on any of these particular areas, please reach out to me. I'd love to share more details. But for today's talk, we're keeping it really simple. Hydration is very important. We know that our body needs that to take in nutrition and also to let go of toxins. Safer products are important. We talked about that. That's creating more inflammatory products or inflammatory properties in our body. And finally, the most important thing we can do, according to the research, is we can eat more real food. So let's drill down on that just a little bit. So we're going to focus on fruits and vegetables specifically, and that's what we consider whole food nutrition. Some people are comfortable with that, description, but I just want to be sure you understand if I use that term plant nutrition or whole food, it's just that colorful array of fruits and vegetables. So most experts agree that diseases are preventable. Let's just say that again, preventable with good nutrition. So it's not delaying them and it's not fighting disease, it's preventable. And so we have a big part in that process. And you probably know that we eat a lot of processed foods in our country and a lot of fast food, and that's not helping. But the news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good for us. They are so good for us that they can save our lives. Isn't that fascinating? And I just want to draw your attention to the article. It was in Time magazine in 2003, guys. That's over 20 years ago, or right at 20 years ago. And, the word was out. The research was clear, and we're still declining in the amount of fruits and vegetables that we eat every day. They say the average American consumes 2 servings per day. And let's talk about servings. Servings are about the size of your fist. So my fist is going to be a little bit smaller than my husband's. Whitney's children's fists are going to be a little smaller than hers. But we need 7 to 13 servings. And you may be thinking, well, wasn't it just a few years ago that we needed 5 servings? It was just a few years ago, probably almost 10. But bottom line is all those things I mentioned earlier are just decreasing the nutrient value of our food. Produce being picked way before it's ripened, transportation. But the one that I like the most is they're saying that the spinach that our grandmother bought at the grocery store is 60% more nutritious than what we can buy in the grocery store today. Another way to look at it is my spinach has 40% of the nutrition that my grandmother's would have. That's horrible. So it means I have to eat more and more fruits and vegetables in the color of the rainbow. So that's why Juice Plus has focused on getting fruits and vegetables into a plant powder. In other words, they have this proprietary process where they crush fruits and vegetables, remove the water, and then they keep all the enzymes and the great fiber, and it goes into a really small capsule. I mean, it's like 6 seconds a day I need to get the fruits and vegetables of or the nutrition of 36 fruits, vegetables, and berries. So they have, you can see here, a fruit blend, a berry blend, a vegetable blend, and one of my new favorites is the plant-based omegas, because for years I took a fish oil and I knew we needed omegas, but now they've come up with a way to get it from plants before the fish eat it. And I'm sure you've all heard the concerns about what's happening in our ocean, what's happening to our fish. So if I can get it from the plants, so much better. But you can see a list of things about this product. It's so close to nature that it's clear in the research that it's just like me eating those 36 fruits and vegetables every day, which is unheard of. I'd love to eat that well every day, but quantity is a lot. I don't know that I can eat 36. Quality is hard to find, and variety is hard for me because I have a few favorites that I would prefer every day. And in my case, that's a banana and an apple and maybe some broccoli, right? But I need the rainbow. So my favorite thing about this slide that I'll touch on a little bit later is the body of clinical evidence. In other words, research showing that Juice Plus is acting like real food in our body. And that's why it carries a nutrition label. So we're basically creating a simple way for everyone to bridge the gap between what they do eat and what they should eat. And I know most of us are not eating, French fries and hamburgers every day, but it's just a good visual to know that Juice Plus has created about 5 products, really simple, narrow product line that'll allow people to get healthier and focus on real or whole food nutrition. So they have a plant-based protein powder that's incredible. We have it every day as a smoothie for breakfast or lunch. They have some great bars for on-the-go nutrition. And then they have the capsules I mentioned earlier and the gummies for the kiddos. You're going to hear more about that in a second. So I mentioned that I wanted to share a little more detail on the science. I'm a research nerd. As a health coach, I want to know that something has actually been proven to have good markers in the body when I take it every day. So there's 2 things I'll highlight on this screen. Bioavailable. I grew up taking Flintstones, and then I went to one a day for women because I thought multivitamins were my answer. And what I have learned is that most of the time, those are not even getting into our bloodstream. So it's clearly been proven, multiple studies, that Juice Plus is getting into the bloodstream, just like food. And so it's considered bioavailable. The third one on this list is the last one I'll highlight, but systemic inflammation is really, really important. It's the foundation of all disease, whether it's cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, they all start with inflammation. I have an autoimmune condition. And what I found was when I started taking Juice Plus, my symptoms started to decrease and my body began to heal from the inside out. It was incredible. And I had tried all kinds of things for years. So I'm going to finish with one statement. There's a doctor in the Nashville area. She's a pediatrician. She looked at the research for me and she said that there is not a pharmaceutical drug that she can recommend that can reduce inflammation as much as Juice Plus, which is real food. So she said, why would I ever recommend, especially to a child, a prescription drug that's going to have side effects when I can recommend plant-based nutrition in a capsule or gummy? So I love that. That just makes it super simple. This is highly effective. And if you want to dive into the research, let me know. I can share more details. We have the white papers. Okay, talking about the children, this is very important. Juice Plus has created a foundation. It's called the Children's Health Foundation. This foundation is something that I contribute to for every one of my customers who has children, and all of the other partners across the world do the same. So we've built up this pile of money to allow new customers who come in with family members to help the kids get Juice Plus free. And I love this. The kids have to be age 4 and above, and they can actually qualify. This is new and hot off the press for 20 years. They could get free product for 20 years. Have you ever heard of a company that invests in children that much? So they could start at age 4 and they would finish at age 25. And that would be if they had a sponsoring adult the whole time. So Whitney on the line has children. She sponsors her direct children. I don't have children, but I sponsor one of our college age employees that we adore and love. That's like a family member. So it doesn't have to be a direct relationship. It could be an aunt, uncle, it could be a grandmother. But the best part is that we are gaining great information from these individuals that are adding Juice Plus to their family, not just the adults, but the kiddos. And so 61% of the time, the children are eating more fruits and vegetables after being on Juice Plus. And what that means is it's changing their metabolic programming. They're desiring more fruits and vegetables because we're getting it into their body every day with the gummies or the capsules. 56% of the time, they're taking less over-the-counter or prescription drugs. Oh, that's incredible. I love that. And I love that I can impact that by investing in these kids and obviously less doctor's visits. So great, great research and data on these children who are getting Juice Plus free, and the company who highly commits to families getting a great solution that would meet their budget. The last product I'm going to share with you, and then you're going to hear a few stories, is the Tower Garden. And I have to tell you, this is actually something I'm really passionate about. My husband and I started growing on a Tower Garden in Atlanta almost 14 years ago. And we had always had a black thumb. We had never been able to grow anything. We tried the upside down tomatoes, we tried all kinds of things. But when somebody shared this Tower Garden with us, we were curious. So we put one on our back deck, and next thing you know, within about 25 days, we're harvesting kale for my smoothies. We're harvesting directly into our salad bowl each night. And we just got excited about it. And we love having Juice Plus in our bodies, but we also love growing our own food and having control of our food. So this is a growing movement across the world, obviously. And this unit is designed for indoor, but there's also another unit that's designed for outdoor. So you'll hear more of my story in just a second, but I just thought that I didn't want to leave out the Tower Garden because it's a really growing movement that's happening across our country and our world. And that's food sovereignty, knowing where your food comes from and what happens to your food before it gets to your table. With that said, I'm going to ask Whitney to share a little bit of her story, how she came to understand the products, but more importantly, how she came to share the products.
Yeah, thank you, Severin. So as you can see, this is our family, 4 kids, my husband, our puppy, and we live here in Columbia, South Carolina. And Juice Plus, the product, has been a tremendous gift to us. We found it 9 years ago when I was an exhausted, overwhelmed mom. My kids were on daily medications, and Juice Plus was the catalyst to clearing up my daughter's ear infections and my son, clearing up his asthma, getting him off his inhalers, clearing up his eczema. He no longer needed his steroid creams, and cleared up my husband and my 2 oldest kids' seasonal allergies. So that was a tremendous gift to our family. It energized me and was a catalyst for my health during my pregnancies, as I took it as a prenatal with my 3rd and 4th babies. So it has set our family on a better path with our health. We went from frequent flyers at the pediatrician to rarely going. We go for maybe a well visit. So it was the catalyst for our health. But when I had my youngest is Charlotte, when she turned a year old, I'm a former teacher. My heart's desire was to be home with my kids, and we're a homeschool family now. And I began exploring different options for bringing in some income for our family. We were strained financially, as most families are on one income with 4 kids. And so I was looking for options that would fit into our busy family rhythm. And that is when I signed up as a partner with Juice Plus. $52 a year just made sense for us. I already knew that this was a product I would want to share with friends and family, that everyone needed it. And, I was excited to be able to have something for myself. Oftentimes, as women, we're giving so much, but there's still that desire, even though this is kingdom work and family is kingdom work, there's this desire to do something of our own. And so this business has been that for me, to create goals, to have a renewed sense of purpose, to have an awesome community and such dear friends like Severin has become, that I wouldn't have met without this opportunity. And so this business was that vehicle for our family, not only financially, but personally for me, and just a huge answer to prayer for our family, because I think back that first year of my business, we were paying down medical bills from pregnancy and babies and paid off $25,000 of debt in that first year. And now it's given us the options to have all of our kids and all of their many sports and activities. That second year of the business, I was able to take our whole family to Disney World, which was super fun. And now this last year, we built a house in the woods. We've always wanted to have some space and some land. And so this business was the catalyst for helping us be able to do that and creating that margin in our finances. So I'm just so grateful for how the Juice Plus company, the business and the product, has helped our family physically. It's helped me professionally, and I've grown so much spiritually and just been so blessed with the friendships in the community. My husband often says that Juice Plus is one of the best things that's ever happened to our family. So I just love that God has done that for us, and I want to help other people experience the same.
Wow, thank you, Whitney. I love your story. And it's so interesting how God brings unique, different individuals to this business. You've heard Whitney's story as a mom and a homeschool mom and a pastor's wife. My story is very different in that I was in corporate America and I was working 60 to 80 hours a week. I was traveling every week and I was a salesperson. I don't know if you know much about corporate America sales, but bottom line, you achieve a goal one year and then they increase your quota and you have to achieve a bigger goal the next year, but yet they're reducing the size of your territory. So there was just lots of stress in corporate America. And when someone introduced me to the product, I said, yes, absolutely. I need to get healthier. I had been struggling with the autoimmune conditions that I have and the symptoms. So I saw my body heal within about 6 to 8 months and go off 4 daily medications. But they told me that there was a simple way that I could pay for my family's product. That's all I wanted in the beginning. I'm like, I just need to pay for my husband and I's product and our Tower Garden and our extra stuff like our protein powder. And that's where it started for me. But what I started realizing is that I could have an impact in a lot of people's lives. And other people were like me in corporate America, not loving their job and not having any time with their families. And I was a new wife and I wanted to spend a lot of time with my husband. And this gift that God gave me in marriage later in life was very important for me to prioritize. So we fell in love with the Tower Garden technology. I showed you that a little bit earlier. And what happened for us was just truly a God story is he placed a vision or a dream on our hearts of being in North Carolina and having our mountain home that we'd always dreamed about, but we could go sooner, almost 10 years sooner than we expected, and create a farm with Tower Gardens in it. So my husband runs a farm in the Elkin, North Carolina area with 100 towers. And we are creating an income for our family to just dream bigger and travel more and do the things that we love to do. So I was eventually able to leave corporate America, and now I get to work anywhere, anytime. And it's been a huge blessing to our family, both physically with our health and financially with our finances. So I'm so grateful that someone shared this opportunity with me. And that's the reason that we're here today, is to share a high level opportunity with you. We've called it a side hustle. We've called it a freelance. There's lots of ways to talk about it, but bottom line, you can have an impact in your friends and family's life. Other people can get healthier because you choose to partner or be an affiliate with the Juice Plus company, but you can also personally grow in what you want to do and have, basically an opportunity to do additional things, especially with the inflation that's happening today. So I'm going to close this out with a quick thought process. If you have some curiosity about what you've learned today, get with the person who invited you. Only costs $52 a year to join us, and you can do as much or as little as you prefer, depending on the other things that you have going on in your life. But the last thing that I'll say, and Whitney touched on it, is this community is incredible. I never knew that I could have close friends that would pray for me and would be a part of my life, that would be a part of this business. I would have never met Whitney if we didn't both say yes to this business. So I want to encourage you, if you need friendship, if you need community, if you need support in your life journey, this might be the place for you. So reach out to the person who invited you. We're so glad that you took time to listen live today or to listen to the recording. And we hope you have a great day.